I guess I can say hello guys and welcome to my vlog. Why did I decide to pick up my vlogging camera and vlog even though it's been probably 3-4 years since I last did that? Recently I've been really struggling with my energy management and on social media, on YouTube, there are a lot of videos about your energy versus your time and how your energy is so much more important, like managing your energy is so much more important than actually managing your time. And I have been feeling recently like I have been managing my time instead of my energy, because every single day in the morning when I wake up I feel really tired even though I get enough sleep. Like I have an Oura ring and the ring tells me how much sleep I get every single night. I try to go to bed at around 10:30 because that's the optimal time for me. I wake up and I still feel like I want to be spending more time in bed. And also at around 4-5 p.m. I started experiencing this mid-afternoon crash where a lot of people drink coffee to kind of like boost their energy, and I don't drink coffee at all just because it makes me feel bad, like it makes my heart race. I don't feel great when I drink coffee, so I never ever drink it. I drink matcha, but I feel like it doesn't really help me with my energy management. That's why I realized that I need to do something about my routine. Like my routine is not helping my energy. That is why I'm vlogging, because I feel like when I vlog, it gives me a lot of energy to actually manage my energy better. It motivates me a lot to look at my routine, do something productive. I feel like my everyday routine is really interesting, or could be even more interesting. I do a lot of sports, I do yoga, go swimming, I do bouldering, and the problem that I'm experiencing right now is with my morning routine and my evening routine, because they are pretty much non-existent. And that is probably why I have been feeling so drained in the morning and in the evening. In the past, I used to have a good routine of like journaling. I had a journal where I would just write my thoughts, and also this one, El Diario de 5 Minutos, like a 5-minute journal, which is in Spanish because I'm learning Spanish right now, and I really do like this journal. Like the prompts are amazing. I feel like it's time to get back into journaling. The last time I journaled was 2 months ago, December 25th. Yeah. So the first prompt I have here is Estoy agradecida por, which is I'm grateful for. Basically writing just 3 things you're grateful for. Like it's not gonna take me a lot of time, but for some reason I still feel lazy just doing that. And what I also like about this journal, I'm gonna show you guys right here, is it kind of separates everything into your morning routine and your evening routine. And the evening routine includes just 2 little prompts. Send me some motivation, some excitement to actually do this journal consistently now. So I'm back home in my office right now, and honestly, I really like journaling about this prompt. What would I do every day if I didn't have to worry about making money? It's something that a lot of people recommend to think about. Like, if it wasn't for the time and money, what would you do every day? And honestly, while journaling about this, while answering this question, I realized that I would be doing a lot of the same things I already do every single day. But obviously prioritizing my energy, not rushing anywhere, because that's definitely like a thing that I tend to do a lot. Just run around, rush, try to finish as many tasks as possible in as little time as possible. Also, after journaling, I finally continued reading this book, The Heart of Yoga. I really like it because right now I am really enjoying deepening my yoga practice. And for me, every single time I want to learn more about a specific topic, I absolutely have to read something about it. And this book is perfect because everything is written in very easy to understand ways, and the chapters are short. A lot of the concepts are explained by using pictures. Like for example, today I was mostly reading about pranayamas and also bandhas. Can you explain to me what pranayama and bandhas are in yoga?
Sure. Pranayama refers to breath control in yoga. It involves various breathing techniques that help regulate energy flow in the body. Bandhas, on the other hand, are energy locks or seals. They involve contracting certain muscles to direct energy within the body. Together, they help enhance focus, control, and the flow of prana or life force.
And so yeah, basically I was reading about how to do breath control correctly in yoga and also energy locks, because I do practice all of these things right now. But knowing the theory behind what you're actually supposed to be doing is always nice when it comes to doing like a practical exercise, because while doing the exercise in the moment, you can remember what you read or maybe watched, and you can be like, okay, here is what I have to be paying my attention to. Here is how I should be breathing right now. And yeah, so far I've been really enjoying this book.
I forgot you don't read the book.
So one thing that helps me manage my energy a lot is when I exercise after I have lunch. Basically, I prefer to have lunch at around 1:30, 2 p.m. And I usually go to the gym or go swimming or do yoga at around 4:30, because as I said at the beginning of this vlog, I really do experience this afternoon crash where I feel like I don't have a lot of energy, but in reality, I'm just really tired because of work, because obviously all I do before that is work. And so that is why right now one of the things that I started implementing is exercising at around 4:30, 5 p.m. For many of you, maybe it sounds really weird because a lot of people exercise in the morning or after they finish work, probably at around 7, 8 p.m. But energy management is all about finding what works for you. For me, this is currently what works. Maybe, in a month or two, in a year, I'll realize that I actually don't like breaking up my day this way, and I'm gonna start exercising in the morning again. But for now, this is what works. I would say that right now, my goal with swimming is to just feel confident in the water. Like, I don't do swimming because I want to become a pro swimmer or maybe do a triathlon one day. No, I don't want to do any of that. I just want to feel confident when I go to the beach, when I swim, usually in the sea, in the ocean. For me, the first experience learning how to swim, how to feel at least somewhat confident in the water was in 2021. I started learning how to swim. So now in 2025, I'm continuing my journey and I feel a lot more confident in the water right now. So I just had my swimming lesson, did a little bit of skincare, because after the swimming pool, that water, my skin, my whole body just feels so dry, especially on my face. So I always have to do my skincare all over again. And so yes, maybe technically if I was going swimming in the morning, that would make a lot more sense. But because this vlog is all about managing my energy and not necessarily my time, I know that for me to feel better, I need to exercise probably at around 4 p.m. And now another energy management situation is my snack. There are some really simple small things that can really help me with my energy, like increase my energy when I need it the most. And that one small little thing is berries, and especially raspberries right now. I've been really obsessed with them, and every single time I eat them or even when I look at them, I really have a lot more energy because I just really like these berries. Today during my swimming lesson, I was practicing the butterfly style of swimming, which is incredibly difficult for me still. Like, I can't even swim 20 meters using this style of swimming. And also I was trying to improve my technique when I was swimming freestyle, because yes, I can already swim freestyle, but my technique definitely needs some work. And so I was really focusing on my hands, my arms, like the whole movement, that I was doing underwater. And usually after dedicating some time to myself, doing sports, I continue working. I have my second work block, and today I just need to do a few things on my computer. And I also actually wanted to share with you a Notion template that I created that I use for my weekly tasks, because I recently added one really cool feature to this template after talking to my therapist, because this whole thing with energy is definitely not new to me. And so I even had to change the way I approach my everyday tasks and the way I write them down in my Notion, because otherwise I'm just gonna have a list of a bunch of different tasks and nothing is going to be organized. And at the end of the day, I'm just gonna feel really drained. So the Notion template is called my weekly planner. And the way it works is I just choose any date or click on new task. And here I have to fill out all of this information. First one is due date. Let's put today. Then we have priority, and this is something that I struggle with so much, because I used to have to-do lists. They were so freaking long. I would literally write like 10 different things, and every single thing would be high priority for me. Even though I created this option, like I could choose between high, medium, and low, I would still choose high for every single activity. And obviously, what is the point of having 3 different options? But now I'm being very intentional about choosing high, medium, or low. And for me, I only choose high priority if it is the most important task of this day. And then the next 2 things are something that my therapist actually recommended me to include: difficulty and reward. Because again, to prioritize my energy and to actually see like which tasks are really energy consuming for me, I need to see how difficult they are. And basically by the word difficult, I mean how much energy is required for me to complete this activity. Another really important thing here is reward, because sometimes we're doing activities that bring us a lot of energy back, even though it might be difficult, but it is so freaking rewarding. For example, when I record videos for my main channel, it is difficult because I have to speak in front of my camera, I have to prepare all of my notes, be ready, make sure I'm not making any like silly mistakes. And so that is why for me, the difficulty is probably going to be closer to 9, but the reward is going to be 10, because I like recording videos. For me, it's a really rewarding activity, even though it is difficult. And basically my difference score is 3. And I also added this little formula that is going to show me different colors: green, yellow, orange, or red, so that I can visually see how many things I do every single day that are green, meaning they give me a lot of energy, yellow, orange, or red. And I feel like once I started planning all of my tasks this way, I saw, first of all, that I put too much pressure on myself every single day to literally complete endless to-do lists. And most of the things that I was planning to complete were taking a lot of my energy. They were literally depleting me. And no wonder I had no energy left, because I wasn't doing anything during that day to actually give that energy back to myself. And so that is why now those little moments of when I do sport, when I read my book, when I eat a snack that I really like, obviously the difficulty varies. Like eating berries, the difficulty is probably 0. Exercising does require some form of input from me, some of my energy, but the reward score for me is so freaking high. And that is basically how I plan all of the things I need to do every single day. Good morning, everyone. Oh my god, it's the next day right now and I woke up at 7:30 because I'm gonna go do yoga right now. And yes, technically I know that yesterday I said that I prefer to exercise in the middle of the day, but today is a little bit different because we're actually going to the beach. And by we, I mean my husband and I, because my birthday is tomorrow. And his birthday is also really soon, so we decided to combine all of this fun and go to the beach to celebrate our birthdays. Honestly, I am feeling sleepy right now, considering the fact that I could be doing nothing today, just preparing for my flight, packing, relaxing, finishing a little bit of work. But the reason why I decided to do yoga in the morning so early is because I know it's going to help my body feel better when I'm actually on the flight. Because guys, my back hurts so freaking much after I fly on a plane. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the seats or maybe the fact that you have to kind of sit really upright, but I don't feel great after I fly. So that is why if I don't move my body before that and after that, my body is gonna remind me. Veronika, do you remember that your back hurts after you fly? So here you go. On Instagram, I got recommended this super interesting video where a yoga teacher was saying that pretty much if you don't move your body, obviously your body is going to remind you of that, whether it's pain or you just feeling, a little bit achy. But he also said that a lot of people, and me included in the past, because I would feel really lazy, I didn't want to exercise at all, maybe like 2 years ago. And so what I would do when I experienced, pains in my body, I would just go get a massage. Obviously, massages are nice, they feel amazing, but personally, I noticed that they don't really work for me when it comes to letting go of certain pain. Like usually my body is telling me something, and this something means that I need to move my body myself, not with some help of a masseuse, a professional, but literally get my booty up and do something. Okay, so I'm back home. It's already around 1 p.m. I just talked to my parents a little bit, and honestly, right now I feel okay, but like an hour ago, I felt so freaking sleepy. Like exactly what I told you, if I exercise in the morning, I just start feeling sleepy and I can't be productive, I can't work. I know that for a lot of people, this like morning workout routine is really energizing. For me, it doesn't really work this way, but I still wanted to do yoga because I'm gonna have a flight later today, so I wanted to move my body before that. So I got my suitcase right here, and let's bring it into my office and start packing my bag. This is my suitcase, and I'm honestly obsessed with how well the wheels work here. Like for me, I really like being able to just like glide my suitcase seamlessly at the airport. It's so easy. I'm not usually a person who packs a lot of things, so for me, it's kind of easy to pack my bag. The only problem that I experience is sometimes I don't have enough space, not because I bring a lot of clothes, but because I bring like my yoga mat, my tripods, some of my cameras, because I do like to bring stuff just in case. Usually when I go on vacation, I prefer not to work. Like obviously, I'm not gonna film any of my main channel videos when I'm on vacation because I do that in my office only. But when it comes to filming vlogs or some Instagram content, like I do want to have my tripod with me, for example. And yes, technically it is small, like I can collapse it, so it's not gonna take up a lot of space, just like that. And obviously I can also get rid of this little part. But when you have a lot of different things that are very small together, they actually start taking up a lot of space. And that is why sometimes I need to use my husband's suitcase as well. This morning during my yoga lesson, we were working a lot on back bends, also on the flexibility of my shoulders. And honestly, right now, it's pretty hard for me because when I work on the mobility of my shoulders, sometimes it's hard to breathe. Like I'm not really used to breathing well when I'm doing a back bend, so obviously at the end of the practice, I feel exhausted. But I also really like this feeling because I decided to check how long I have been practicing yoga with my current yoga teacher. And we actually started our lessons together in October last year. So it's been like 4 months and I have made so much progress. Honestly, when I first thought about it, I was like, oh yeah, I've been probably taking classes with her for a year. That's why I have made so much progress. But in only 4 months, I feel so much stronger and my body looks different now. Like I used to be a person who would always say that, oh my God, my shoulders are so weak, my hands, my arms, like everything that was connected to my upper body, everything was super hard for me because my shoulders, my back, they were just not as strong. But now a lot of things have changed. I actually no longer say that, my back is really weak. This is just the strength that I have right now and I am working on it. I know that if I exercise consistently, if I practice yoga, my muscles are gonna grow stronger just because that's what happens when you exercise regularly. And this is really the way that I love to exercise, to move my body. Because when I'm so focused on chasing a specific body type, something that was happening to me a lot when I was a teenager, I actually hated exercising. It took up a lot of my energy and the whole experience wasn't rewarding at all. But now, because I've actually learned to enjoy the experience of doing yoga, of climbing, bouldering, I get all the perks automatically. My body is now stronger, I have a lot more muscle, and I also hardly ever experience all of those pains and aches that I would normally experience in the past because I never move my body enough. We just made it to Puerto Escondido and we just got into our Airbnb. The flight was honestly really quick, probably an hour and 15 minutes, but unfortunately our flight got delayed. It was probably delayed an hour and 45 minutes, so right now it's almost 10 p.m. Honestly, I'm already feeling really sweaty because it's really humid in here, way hotter than it is in Mexico City, and that's exactly why I like being here because you can really feel the beach vibe when the weather is extremely hot. But obviously it comes with a lot of other things like, you constantly feeling sweaty. I think the plan right now is to go eat something and just relax, and tomorrow is my birthday. So I think I'm going to be finishing up this vlog right now and I'll probably pick up my camera either tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. So thank you so much for watching this video and I'll see you in my next vlog.